A day to go for the ICSE Class 10 board examinations and the first paper of English language. In this video, I'm going to talk specifically about what are the things you need to bear in mind as far as the English language paper is concerned. We have spoken about the strategy, what you should do, how you should prepare, everything. These are going to be specific to your time inside the examination hall. Okay? Time allotment. Lot many students have been asking how much time should be allotted ideally for the essay, the composition, the letter writing, the notice and email. You have 90 minutes, right? But go with the assumption that you have only 75 minutes. Okay? Why I'm saying this is last 15 minutes you should most certainly devote to revising whatever you have written, because while you are writing in a hurry, it's quite possible you may make some grammatical errors and you lose marks heavily for grammatical errors in the English language paper, or you may have made a spelling mistake, or sometimes the I looks like E or E looks like I, right? Many students have those problems with the handwriting, right? So the last 15 minutes for revising all that you have written, right? So what do you do in the first 1 hour and 15 minutes? Start with the notice and email is what I would think, right? So notice and email, or you could start with the letter. Essay, keep it for the end. Notice and email should ideally not take more than 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Okay? Letter writing, you can devote 25 minutes. Okay? If your letter gets over, if your notice and email ends up taking 20 minutes, then you will have to cut 5 minutes from your letter writing and make it in 20 minutes. Even 20 minutes should be good enough, but I'm giving you 25 minutes. So 15 plus 25, in 40 minutes, your notice and email and letter writing, that is 20 out of 40 marks paper, should be dealt with, should be over. Now 35 minutes you should devote to writing the composition, whichever composition you are writing. So 35 minutes to the composition, 15 minutes to notice and email, that is 50 minutes, and 25 minutes to the letter writing, formal or informal, 75 minutes, 15 minutes to the revision. I hope the time management thing is very clear. You are lucky to get 35 minutes for the essay. Your seniors got just about 22 to 25 minutes for writing the essay. Number 2, what should you do in the first 10 minutes when it is reading time and you're not allowed to start writing the paper? Read all the topics. Read all the topics, and I don't know about what individual strategy that you are following. I can tell you only what I have been telling my students right from the beginning. What we have done is, for each student, we have worked out clinically, depending on their strengths and weaknesses, their individual interests, what should their plan A and what should their plan B be. What is plan A and plan B? Suppose there is one student whose plan A is to attempt an argumentative essay. Okay. But it's quite possible, and that's what I keep telling my students, it's quite possible that the topic that they have got for argumentative essay may not be their strong point. They may not be able to come up with those 4 to 5 points to write an effective for or against argument on that topic. For instance, suppose you get an, something on global warming, something, a heavy duty topic like migration, and you may not be able to come up with good enough points. Then you will feel stumped. Array, I prepared only argumentative. What do I do now? There will be a sense of panic. So what we have done is, for each student, we have worked out a plan B. So argumentative will be plan A, but say picture composition will be plan B. Or if descriptive is plan A, narrative or original story may be plan B, right? So for each student, we have worked out a plan A and plan B. In some cases, students have even worked out a plan C. Anyway, so read all the topics and see whether you have enough meat in your mind for each of those topics, and decide which topic works best for you. Okay, 10 minutes में ये काम करना है. उस समय पर best of luck, best of luck, best of luck, all the best ये मत बोलते रहना. Okay, focus on creating your own good luck. Okay. Number 2, look at the notice. Decide on the creative title. उसमें थोड़ा time लगता है, so please decide on the creative title of the notice in those 10 minutes of reading time. Okay. Formal letter, think of the 2 problems and the 2 suggestions that you would be most likely asked to make, right? So because all these thoughts, if you have it all cleared in your mind in those 10 minutes, then from the first minute you can start writing. Okay, don't spend those 10 minutes just chewing your pen and doing other things, is what I am saying. Next point, Order of answering questions. Does it matter in what order you answer your questions? No, it doesn't matter. You can write it in whatever order. That's entirely up to you. Point number 4, and this you may think it's a very minor point, but please ensure you have enough pens. Please do not go with 1 or 2 pens. Carry 4 pens. Okay, so that you have enough, because English language paper में, बाद में literature में, history civics वगैरह में भी you have to write a lot. Okay, so please ensure you carry enough pens, and these should be pens which you have been used to writing with. Okay, as I told you in an earlier video, the partnership between the fingers and the pen is very important. Last point, leave space if your handwriting is very big. Okay, students keep asking, in notice whether we need to leave space. I keep saying it depends on how it looks. If it looks very congested and your handwriting is too big that the top of the second line is hitting the bottom of the first line, then there is a problem, right? So depends entirely on how your handwriting is. And if your handwriting is not very tidy, please be very conscious of it, that someone else who is reading it should be able to read it neatly. Also, do not cut out too many things. Okay, don't overwrite. If you have made a mistake, cut it out and write it again instead of trying to write it on top of that. Okay, so those are the kind of things that you need to bear in mind for most examinations, but definitely for the English language paper. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video is useful for you.